Hi.
Hi.
We did not go anywhere. I just now realized you probably should have gone somewhere while we were gone.
Nope.
So.
We'll get to talk on our journey to the mountain. You want to run there?
I don't think we can we?
We can. Oh wait, don't we want to go to the ground to do the secret puzzle?
We can't dig in. That's the way
We have to go all the way back to the top.
Why we had to ride the boat here.
No. We can get to the ground. We just have to go back to the top.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm gonna use the boat anyways.
I'm gonna go to the mountain. No, wait. Yeah, there's an easy way there. Wait, the mountain's all the way across the... Oh yeah, we can just go to the swamp. I thought we were sailing straight to the mountain though. Back on the boat again.
If a whole episode and a half was
riveting gameplay.
Yeah, I already mentioned that. We're gonna high five this rock.
What?
What? Go back! Go back! You gotta go back. That was serendipitous, to say the least.
I don't know what that word means.
Lucky.
Oh.
It means lucky.
I'll start using that word.
It means extremely lucky, like super convenient, basically. Serendipity.
I'll use that word now.
I could grab it on the way back. Thicc does this like weird, like squeals, hiss, scream.
I don't do it as much now.
I can do
because
it
my
too.
voice can't go that high very often.
Yeah.
Lustily, I dipped my oars into the silent lake, and as I rose upon the stroke, my boat went heaving through the water like a swan. When, from behind that craggy steep, till then the horizon's bound, a huge peak, black and huge, as if with voluntary power instinct, upreared its head. I struck and struck again, and growing still in stature, the grim shape towered up between me and the stars. But after I had seen that spectacle, for many days my brain worked with a dim and undetermined sense of unknown modes of being. O'er my thoughts, there hung a darkness. Call it solitude or blank desertion. William Wordsworth, 1888.
That was a pretty short one.
Oh, yeah, compared to the last few ones.
Oh my god.
We never did see that lady's shadow.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not all the shadows are supposed to be important. I don't know.
I feel like they should.
Yeah. What makes clouds like that super black?
I don't know. Let's find out on the internet.
Okay.
What makes clouds black? Why are rain clouds dark? Alright, let's see.
Okay. I'm gonna stop that.
So the air around you is full of water in its gaseous form called water vapor. When the air is near the ground, it warms. When the air near the ground warms, it starts to rise, taking the water vapor along with it. Rain clouds are gray instead of white because of their thickness or height. So that is, a cloud gets thicker and denser as it gathers more water droplets and ice crystal. The thicker it gets, the more white it scatters, resulting in less light penetrating all the way through. So basically, it's like more dense with water, which is also why those clouds are signals of rain, because they have more water, which they release, which is rain.
Okay, but why is it black?
Because the more ice crystals and water vapor that gets into it, the less light rays that it absorbs. So it starts basically casting shadows. It basically like read that again so I can not sound like a dunce.
That's a pretty nice word.
The thicker it gets, the more light it scatters, resulting in less light penetrating all the way through it. Penetrate!
Penetrate the thickness. Okay.
Penetrate the thickness. let's not go there.
That is the
Don't
bunker.
go there. Not yet.
Yeah, I thought you weren't scared of it. I thought you said it looked cool.
I'm looking out for you.
Which way do you think we should go? This way or this way?
That way.
This way?
Yes.
Okay.
We're on top of the booby lady. Those were metal beams.
Yeah, there's...
This was constructed by man. No,
Well,
I thought the lady was formed naturally.
So, just like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
People actually think that...
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's not go in there.
I'm like, ooh, oh, no.
Ooh, oh, no. Well, this path is really near.
Why is it snowy?
Well, I mean, it's top of a mountain. It's not really that high.
Whoa. Oh, are these like researchers or something?
I think these are working men and also researchers. Wow, everything looks like really dark from up here.
Yeah. Oh, she just like turns around and pushes me off.
Stop.
Oh, if there's like a giant secret puzzle up here. Oh god.
What if there was like a giant secret puzzle?
There's probably more than that, honestly.
No, we still have to do though. The town. You know what? We still don't understand the mechanics of.
Well, I mean, the town uses pretty much all the mechanics in the game.
Okay, yeah.
And then the end game does, I heard. So we still need to go to the keep,
The town
the jungle, and the monastery,
and the town.
and the bunker.
Yeah. 4 areas?
Okay.
How many have we done?
The swamp, the tree house,
The garden, the temple,
the orchard,
the orchard, the temple,
the temple, the quarry, the
desert,
the symmetry islands.
the glass house.
Yeah, and we've gone into the theater. Oh, we haven't found any more theater codes,
Oh my
but we should probably not show
god.
those.
Up there, you go around
Wait, what was
every
that?
hour and a half.
Yeah, what's
Time after
I
time
saw it.
after time.
Is
You
this
wake
her?
up usually
Oh, yeah.
in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over North Africa. As you eat breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa,
Look
and
at
the
the puzzle on the
Sinai,
beacon.
the whole area.
What?
There's a puzzle.
And you
Yeah,
realize
I know.
that in
Yeah,
one
yeah,
glance, that what you're seeing
Lasers
is
are
what was the whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean and look up at that great subcontinent of India pointed down toward you as you go past it. And Ceylon off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent flying across that route, down in the atmosphere, all that is friendly again. And you go out across the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again, and again, and again. And that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in
Just
yourself
listening, okay.
is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mideast,
You know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective, that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there, and what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl, and there are no limits here. There are no frames. There are no boundaries. You're really out there, over it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no.
It's my shadow.
There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there. A sensing element, that point out on the end, and that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow. And that becomes a rather special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet, and you and all those other forms of life on that planet, because you've had that kind of experience. It's a difference, and it's so precious. And all through this, I've used the word you because it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us. It's we. It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's.
I don't want integration.
Russell Schweikart, 1975.
Next time on He
No,
Doing
no, wait. Gotta see what this does. Okay,
That was.
that was really long, yes, but that was a beautiful speech, honestly.
Okay.
So some things I want to point out. There's a mayor.
He's got a
There's
thing in his
a
butt.
few construction workers. She's a surveyor.
Dude.
He's a chiseler or a sculptor.
They're
They're
carrying the
men, I
beacon.
guess.
There's a hiker woman.
Another chiseler.
There's
Two
a-
hikers.
2 hikers.
Yeah,
only
it's
saw
this lady, and then I'm pretty sure the other statue, I think
Oh, he's
they're
climbing.
hiker. Yeah, a couple maybe in high school. I don't know. He looks like he could be in high school because of the book, and then she looks,
She has like a uniform.
yeah, like she's at work or something. So let's check out what this does. I don't know. This is really interesting. Like, I just don't know what it could mean.
It's just that. Well, next time on He Doing Goo.
We're just gonna see if it does nothing.
Pretty sure it does nothing. Next time.
What's that noise? Oh, and also there's these people, and they're holding a scarf.
That's wind. The sound is wind.
Oh, okay.
Next time on He Doing Goo.
Sorry.